Hello, my name is David from the Wallman Guitar Artistry. Welcome to this channel. If this is your very first visit, well, this might not be the right video for you. Check out the other content on the channel, which is more relevant to what we try to do here. But if you've been watching this for a little while, well, notice something a little different, right? This view right here. I'm in the same room. I'm still in the studio. This is what I see from my chair when I'm doing the regular, typical Wallman channel videos. That's what I see. As a matter of fact, right here, you don't see it. It's out of the frame. But right here on the wall, there is a camera that if I activate that camera using the iPad that is on the desk, this is what you'll see. Right? So that's basically the view from right here. So that camera is shooting towards the studio. Why are we changing things up? Well, because I want to start, I want to try something different, just casual talks, not a full lesson. Now, rest assured that the regular content is not going away. That's staying there. That's the core of the channel. We're just trying something new. So that means Q&As. If you guys have questions on whatever, guitar, music, whatever is interesting to you, let me know. And I thought I'd kick off this new type of video with 10 things that I wrote a list of 10 things that I wish I knew when I started my career as a musician. So no particular order, but I think these are things that might help you. I've been reflecting on those things quite a bit lately, and I just wish I knew. So thing number one, music theory is not the enemy. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because flashback, young David Wallman, I was probably 17 years old, went to music school, signed up to music school and theory class. Oh my gosh, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it, so I went to see the teacher at the end and I told him, I don't want to do this. Theory is going to kill my creativity. At least that's how I feel. That's what I think is going to do. Understanding all these things is going to take away the magical feeling that I have when I listen to music. And the teacher was brilliant. He looked at me in the eyes and he said, David, it's not going to kill your sense of magic. It's just going to enhance your appreciation for music. And he was so right. So that really changed my perspective. And today, I still love some of the early things that drew me to guitar. Like I'm thinking Guns N' Roses. I loved Slash, and when I heard some of Slash's solos at the time, I loved it. I didn't understand it, but I loved it. And I thought that if I understood it, I wouldn't like it anymore. Wrong. I understand what he's doing now from a theory level, and some notes clash with others sometimes. That's blues, but that's fine. I still love it. I just like more things. So that's thing number one. I wish I had known that earlier. I would have dove into theory the right way. Thing number two, trust your inner musician. That's an important one. For years, and still to this day, every once in a while, it creeps up. I get a little bit starstruck or lack of confidence because I look at these other players that are brilliant, awesome players. I really love them. And I feel that, all right, in order to be a respected musician, I need to know everything this guy knows, or I need to know everything there is to know about music theory, or whatever it is. And I tend to forget that the inner voice that I have, the inner voice is like when I'm playing, na da 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 da, ya da da, la da 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 da. That melodic idea that I came up with as I was playing chords, it comes from inside. It's very natural to me, and therefore I tend to think that, well, because it's so natural, it's so easy, well, anybody could do it. I think it's a little bit wrong thinking. What you have is unique to offer. Trust what you have inside, bring it out, learn how to effectively communicate it, but don't overlook these simple ideas, because what's simple to you might be the exact thing that the world needs. All right, so that's thing number one, just trust your inner musician. Thing number three, using your pinky is not that important. And I had a hard time getting over that one. I thought I needed to play a scale a particular way. There was only this way using the pinky. I don't have a particular example, but I thought that I really need to work on that pinky. And then I realized that if I'm listening to a piece of music, I can care less about what the guitar player is using, as long as the delivery is right. And that changed a lot of things in my approach. I just went with the sound of things. I didn't care too much about technique, unless something hurts when you're playing. And you can improve that by working on technique, great, but using your pinky is not important. Or any other fingers for that matter. That's thing number 3. I wish I knew that a little bit earlier. Thing number 4, here's another one. Bar chords are not that important. They're kind of overrated. When I started playing, I'm sure you've been there, you struggled so far with that F. The rest was okay. E minor, yeah, I can do that. E major, A minor, and so forth. And then F, oh my gosh. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And it's important to be able to do it, but it's not that important because today, what is it? Almost, 28 years later, I go weeks without using a bar chord, honestly. It's good that I can do it for those cases, but it's not as important as I thought it was. Okay, still work on your bar chords. Thing number 5, rhythm goes a long way. Yes. Again, for a long time, as a kid, I wanted to play solos. That's what drew me to guitar. So I worked on licks, scales, sequences, all those things, and my rhythm was just flushed down the toilet. And I'm not just talking about that kind of rhythm. I'm talking about rhythm as an essential thing in music. Rhythm in your lead solo too. What really changed my perspective on this was I loved Extreme at the time. Nuno Betancourt. Love that band. That's one of the early bands that I listened to. I thought it was Mario. Yeah, I do have Mario in there. I get distracted. That's why I don't do videos here, because of that in the back. What was I saying? Yeah, Nuno Betancourt. If you don't know him, check him out. But what really stands out in his playing is his sense of rhythm, and he's a great lead player. Adding rhythm to anything is going to really enhance your musical vocabulary. A pentatonic scale, simple pentatonic scale. Add some rhythm to it. Same scale, but it sounds so different. It really adds to your expression. So rhythm is really important. Don't overlook it. Thing number 6, pentatonic scales are not just for blues. They're an essential part of playing. And, when I started, I thought, all right, I like blues, but I really want to be a Steve Vai type of player. And then I realized that pentatonic scales are really only 2 notes away from a full 7-note scale. And you find the traditional minor pentatonic scales within a lot of these modes, so-called modes. Within Dorian, for example, you have a hidden minor pentatonic scale. Same within Phrygian, you have a minor pentatonic scale. So it's just a matter of not thinking that you're using the pentatonic scale as a blues tool, but just as a stripped down version of a mode. And that will change things quite a bit, because now if you want to add some flavor to your pentatonic scales, you just think pentatonic plus the 2 missing notes. It's a different topic, but that'll lead you on a quest, I think, of pretty cool musical discovery. Okay, thing number 7, there are no levels in music, and I have to remind myself that a lot. And I'm reminded that a lot of players suffer with that, and it's hurting yourself, because I'm not a great musician, whatever that means. I'm just me. And yet, every once in a while, I will get some emails. How do I get to your level? It really bothers me. I understand I'm flattered, but it bothers me because people asking that question, they are not making the most of who they are. They're not embracing who they are musically. Again, your ideas, your inner musician that we talked about previously, are ideas that truly nobody else has. Those are your things, your gift. Learn how to better communicate them, but there are no levels in music. Really, there are no levels in music. You can be better at the particular thing, but not in music in general. And that'll help. I think it's a healthy way of approaching that. Thing number 8, accuracy beats speed. Again, in my years of learning, still am learning, of course, but every once in a while I would struggle because I want to play faster and faster and faster and faster. Not that it's the end in all results, but it's something that I would like to do because it's fun. And I always, at some point in the speed, I always kind of get confused, or I start playing a little bit fast. Yeah. And I can't do it anymore. See what I did there? It's because of accuracy. I need to be more precise. And precision will beat that because people will listen to you more if you're really clean in your playing and expressive. And also, if you are having problems with a certain speed threshold, the way to fix it is oftentimes going back to a slower speed where you can really have both hands very synchronized and hitting the note exactly when you want to hit it with confidence, and eventually the speed will come. So accuracy beats speed, in my opinion. 2 more to go. Intervals are useful. Yes, for years I thought intervals were reserved to music scholars, jazz people. It was not practical. It wasn't useful. Yeah, I discovered that. If you watch the videos, you know. Intervals are everything. Intervals really will unlock your understanding of music. Intervals is simply matching elements together. That's the distance between 2 notes. That's an interval. And if you understand those intervals, then you will understand your options when it comes to playing over this chord. Just look at the intervals, find a scale or make up a scale that is made of these intervals. And you're good to go. So you don't have to memorize tons of scales, just know your intervals. And finally, the last thing that I want to tell you is it's all about contrasts. Contrast goes a long way. Music and expression, 2 things that go pair in pair. It's a storytelling experience, especially in the improvisation world, but also in the writing world. You're telling a story with sounds and chords. Contrast goes a long way. No matter how complex your chord progression is or how intricately built your leads are, contrast will really help you. What I mean by that is it could be a contrast in a lot of things. It could be a contrast in volume. So you play some notes and then some soft notes, contrast. Or contrast in speed. So play some faster lines and then slower. Right? It really helps engage the listener. So it's all about contrast. If you find yourself playing in a particular route for too long, whether it's everything at the same level or everything at the same speed or just the same area of the fretboard, well, add a little bit of contrast. Those are the 10 things I think that are very useful for me. I need to buy a longer cable. My amp's over there. It's being stretched. Okay. That's what I had for you today. Now, we're going to go back to the regular lessons, the one you're used to, the one with the angle over there. But I'd like to make this a new type of space. So I'd like to have, I'm thinking about it, bringing in some musicians. I have a few ideas. Local people are even blown away sitting here and just having a conversation, or a Q&A. If you have any questions for a future episode like this, let me know below, please. I'd love to have some suggestions. And if you have an idea for a name for this segment of the channel, please let me know too. Below, comment. Thank you. Let me know what you think. Give this a like if you like it. Give this a thumbs down if you don't. Remember, this is not replacing the regular content. I talk a lot, right? I know. Let me know below if I do. All right, everyone. Practice well. Thank you for watching this. See you next time.